Good afternoon and welcome to this Tuesday's December 4th edition of Westman Newsline. I'm Jordan Olson alongside Colton Yarch and Randy Joseph Lilly. In today's news, the Brandon Police Service has named its new chief, and we'll bring you an update about Brandon University's new gym, the Healthy Living Center. And Colton will be with sports. Colton, two Wheat Kings teams are making news. What can you tell us about that situation?
That's right, Jordan. The AAA Wheaties are close to the halfway point of their season. We'll take a look at how things are going, as well a big snub for the Wheaties captain. I'll have all that and more later on in sports.
Thanks, Colton. And Randy being with weather. Randy, I almost slipped walking in school today. Any chance of it getting warmer and melting some of that ice?
Interesting conversation starter, Jordan. Dare I say solid icebreaker? But in all seriousness, wear a pillow. There's a good chance you could fall. A lot. Right now in Brandon, it's minus 15 degrees and mainly sunny. I'll be back with all your weather details later on in the show.
Thanks, Randy. The City of Brandon has appointed a new Chief of Police. Inspector Ian Grant has taken over the position held by Chief Keith Atkinson since 2007. The announcement was made at Monday night's council meeting by Mayor Sherry Dechterhurst. Grant, who has almost 28 years of experience with the Brandon Police Service, previously worked in several other departments such as Patrol Division, Traffic Section, Community Services, and Crime Stoppers, as well as the Crime Division and Administration. Up until Grant was named chief, he was working with the Provincial Department of Justice, where he aided in developing the Provincial Missing Persons Act. Grant will take over as chief on January 23rd. Westman Newsline brought you a report about the Brandon University's new gym, the Healthy Living Center. Well, the team of Lilly and Giesbrecht are back to give us an update.
The basketball and volleyball seasons at Brandon University have been underway for a few months, even though the bulk of the Healthy Living Center has not been completed. The gymnasium floor looks finished, and as time passes, the amount of fans allowed to sit in the new seats has increased. It was thought the new building would be done much earlier, but BU Athletic Director Russ Paddock is not concerned.
I think everything in the new building will be completed. And the renovations to the old gym will continue on for a little bit longer after that.
One of the big selling points to the new Healthy Living Center was the new fitness room and the running track, which is almost finished. There is still a lot of work to be done, but so far, everyone involved feels things are moving at a good pace. Brooke Clayton, who is the Westman Communications Group mobile producer, is happy with the quality of the broadcasts as a result of the new facility and believes there is even more to look forward to in January.
They're hoping to have a home opener in January just to kind of celebrate the completion of the whole building, and I think that'll be just a great mobile to shoot. I'm sure the crowd's going to be really excited.
Although there is not a lot of concern as to when the building will be completed, there will certainly be a lot more excitement in January when everything is finished and every seat is allowed to be filled. For Westman Newsline with photographer Travis Giesbrecht, I'm Randy Joseph Lilly.
Air Canada has apologized and launched an investigation after a pregnant Winnipeg woman and her young child got locked in a bridge that connects planes with the air terminal. Madeline McKay says she and her 16-month-old child got trapped while waiting in the bridge to retrieve a stroller after getting off an Air Canada Jazz flight in Winnipeg Sunday night. McKay says the flight crew walked past, and moments later she realized she and her toddler had been left behind. Panicked and in tears, she banged on a window until someone saw her and notified the airline to let her out. McKay says she still was sobbing when she was reunited with her husband in the Rivals area. Let's hope no one's sobbing today as we take a look at where today's money markets are currently sitting.
Westman Newsline, produced by the IMA Media Production students of Assiniboine Community College. Local news, weather, and sports on Brandon's only TV newscast, Westman Newsline, airing at 1 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on WC.
The soldiers to the test. Questions were asked about their mock mission. Some questions they couldn't fully answer without saying things that were classified or they were not qualified to answer. The soldiers also had the experience of what it would be like to deal with media following them on a mission.
It's an opportunity for students, for journalism students, to come out and see how the Army operates and how they can engage soldiers and get a good story in the field.
On our end, it gives us a chance to get some media people out here and asking our guys questions and giving them some training in a subject that they don't usually get to train in, namely the media.
According to Captain Bird and some of the ACC media students, War Scribe was a valuable learning opportunity and one they hope to continue for years to come. For Westman Newsline, I'm videographer Calvin Henry.
The Assiniboine Community College Students Association had one of its regular beer bashes last Thursday, but tried something a little different this time around. Westman Newsline's Colton Yarsh has more in this report.
Assiniboine Community College's Student Association held their first annual sex toy bingo on Thursday, complemented with a beer bash at ACC. All students who came out to the event had a chance to win a wide variety of prizes from Smitten, who sponsored the event. Nicole Epp, who is here on behalf of Smitten, says the company endorsed the event to help raise awareness for having safe sex.
It's great from everything of educating people about stuff that they might not know. All of the educators that speak like this always bring up something new that people had no clue about before, and so it's always a learning experience.
Along with the fun activities, sexpert Robin Milhausen traveled from the University of Guelph in Ontario to act as the guest speaker. She gave a presentation to all the students in attendance, which consisted of demonstrations with students, trivia games, and she also gave some tips and tricks on how to spark your love life. Milhausen said the reason she decided to pursue a career as a sexpert was to help young girls through what can be a big step in their life.
It's kind of hard to navigate these waters of becoming an adult and sexual relationships, so I really wanted to study sexuality, and my goal was to learn things that would be able to help other young women as they come of age and discover their sexuality, and to help them be sort of healthy, happy, satisfied sexual beings.
The student body responded positively to Milhausen's seminar, as most of them found the enjoyment and lighter side of what can be an awkward conversation. Laura Eastcott, ACC Student Association Vice President of Academics, said 97 students came out to the event, which was more than she expected.
When I brought this idea to the table, I actually told her between 50 to 100 people, so obviously it exceeded what I had expected and almost met my goal, so it's amazing.
The bingo and beer bash lasted over 4 hours, running until 8 o'clock. The Student Association has already said they are planning to host it again next year. Thursday proved to be a fun and informative evening for students of ACC at the first annual sex toy bingo put on by the Student Association here at the college. For Westman Newsline with photographer Christopher Nicholson, I'm Colton Yarch.
That's it for news, but stick around. Randy's up next with Newsline Weather.
Going to be colder. Rather than focus on that sad fact, let's just move on. Currently in Brandon, it is minus 15 and mainly sunny. Winds are out of the west at 11 kilometers per hour, which makes it feel like minus 23, so put on a sweater. This evening, it will be partly cloudy and minus 15. Winds will be out of the southeast at 20 kilometers per hour, and it will feel more like minus 21. Well, looking at that board, deja vu, isn't it? Well, overnight, everything is expected to stay exactly the same. It will be very cold, but at least you'll have had time to get used to it. Taking a look at our radar image, not much precipitation in Manitoba at all. Moving to satellite, this is the heaviest cloud cover we've seen since we started Newsline this year. It may look like a giant ball of fire moving into Manitoba, but the red just means we'll have a very cloudy sky later in the week. Turning to our 5-day forecast, you'll see a lot of below zero temperatures. As we continue throughout the week, those temperatures will drop radically. Enjoy those first 2 days of -1 and -4 while you can. It doesn't show on the board, but on Monday, expect your first day of -30. Saturday features a 60% chance of snow, while the other days are expected to be mostly clear. Taking a look around the region, Winnipeg and Portage are in at -14. Dauphin is in at -15. Neepawa at -13. Carberry is in at -17. Minnedosa, Killarney, and Verdun are all in at -15. The normals for this time of year are a high of -7, while the low is -17. The record high was set way back in 1979 when the temperature went to 5 degrees. The record low occurred in 1991, and it was a miserable -32. Once again in Brandon, it is mainly sunny and -15 with winds out of the west at 11 kilometers per hour, making it feel like -23. That's it for weather, but keep it locked. Colton's up next with Newsline Sports.
Good afternoon with Newsline Sports. I'm Colton Yarch. The AAA Brandon Wheat Kings continue to roll along in their 2012-2013 season. The club is sitting second overall in league standings 3 weeks before Christmas break. Here's a look at the first half of their season. The AAA midget Brandon Wheat Kings are near the halfway mark of their 2012-2013 season and couldn't be happier with the way things have gone. The Wheats are currently sitting in first place in the West Division with a 16-3-2 record, 4 points up on the second place Yellowhead Chiefs. The Wheat Kings are second overall in league standings, 2 points behind the first place Winnipeg Wild, and head coach Ken Schneider says he is pleased with the team's results.
We're obviously pleased with our record to this stage of the game, but we had expectations that we should be competing with the top teams in the league. We struggled as of late against some of the better teams, the Winnipeg teams, and Yellowhead has certainly challenged us. But you know, overall, yeah, we're pretty satisfied with how things have gone so far.
The club can contribute their success to a 13-game winning streak they had in the combined months of October and November, where Lady Luck and strong defense were huge factors. The Wheat Kings won 4 games via overtime or shootout and had a total of 5 one-goal games in that 13-game span. Veteran forward Brandon Switzer, who leads the team in scoring, explains what it felt like to win that many games in a row.
For sure, it was fun. Winning close games and just keeping the streak alive. It was just such a good feeling. And then when you lose such a close game to Yellowhead like that to end the streak, you just want to get back at it.
The Brandon Wheat Kings have 5 more games on their season before December 22nd, when the teams will wrap up for Christmas break. For Westman Newsline with photographer Paul Churchmuch, I'm Colton Yard. The Wheat Kings will play tomorrow night in Shoal Lake against the Yellowhead Chiefs. Ryan Pulak has been left off the invitation list for the Team Canada National World Junior Team Selection Camp. Yesterday afternoon, Hockey Canada chose 37 players who will attend the camp from December 11th to 13th in Calgary. These players will compete for a chance to represent their country at the World Junior Hockey Championship in Ufa, Russia, starting on Boxing Day. Entering his NHL draft year, Pulak has 25 points in 24 games this season, good for 3rd in the WHL scoring for defensemen, and has a stellar plus-minus of +14. Robert Griffin III threw for 1 touchdown and had a fumble turn into another score, and the Washington Redskins pulled within 1 game of the NFC East lead with a 17-16 win over the New York Giants on Monday night. The Redskins improved to 6-6 with their 3rd straight victory, tied with the Dallas Cowboys and on the heels of the Giants, who have lost 3 of 4 to fall to 7-5. Griffin completed 13 of 21 passes for 163 yards and ran 5 times for 72 yards, breaking Cam Newton's NFL record for yards rushing by a rookie quarterback. And Jordan, that's all for sports.
Thanks, Colton. And that's all we have for you today. Be sure to join us again tomorrow for Brandon's only TV newscast, Westman Newsline.